Hello, and I'm here with Alice Mankin of aliceCBD. She is a nurse. She is the owner. She is a veteran. Am I missing anything?
No, that's it.
All kinds of things. She's a gal to know. And so we're here at aliceCBD, and you have a ribbon cutting coming up. So we thought it'd be really fun to learn a little bit about you, what you do, all the fun events coming up, and then of course cover the ribbon cutting. So to get started, will you tell us a little bit about what you do here?
Okay, so here we like to say we provide great cannabinoid-based products and great education to go along with it.
Perfect. And so I love that you guys have a lot of classes, which we'll talk about here in just a minute, but there's a lot of misconceptions with CBD and marijuana and how they're different, and especially the health benefits really of both, but specifically CBD. So would you tell us a little bit maybe about some of the misconceptions or even just things you'd like us to know about CBD?
There's an idea about cannabis being marijuana or it's going to get you high, but actually the cannabis family encompasses hemp. There's hops that actually comes from the cannabis family, and that's what we hear about when we talk about breweries and such. These actually are some great medicinal molecules that come in the hemp plant that has a little bit of everything for everybody in it, including small amounts of THC, but not in the amounts that are going to get you high unless you have an extracted product that is Farm Bill legal, which we have that as well.
Very cool. And you know what I really love about what you guys do here too is you're a nurse, so you're medically trained, and if somebody wanted to come in here and say, okay, here's what I am doing right now, here are what my issues are, you offer free consultations to sit down with them and walk through what their options are and what that looks like, right? Could you tell us about what that means in that process?
Yeah, so we do like a free 5-minute consultation, but then for the more in-depth things when we're looking and reviewing medications, that's going to require a little bit more in-depth research education because it just does, as well as we're more so hitting points on how to nourish the endocannabinoid system, not treat or cure or even diagnose any specific condition. But if medications are involved, we absolutely want to review those, and that's where we would look at doing more of an in-depth nursing consult and wanting to help you educate how to advocate to your own health provider, because you need to keep those prescribing doctors in the loop of what medications you're on and now what you're adding, which is an herbal supplement or a nutraceutical.
Absolutely, and I love that because I think this process can be intimidating. If you were just to walk into a store and not have someone who could really help to guide you in the process, you could walk in and just think, this is too much, but it's nice that you can come in and have someone who really knows what they're doing to really guide you again through this whole process. So will you tell us a little bit about, you have classes coming up, but you guys offer classes all the time. Will you tell us about some of them you have coming up?
Sure. So one of them that I really enjoy is, we call it elevated painting or puff paint, because I think just because you medicate, you shouldn't have to isolate, and this provides a safe space to be able to do that. And when we do it, it's not that we have billows of smoke going everywhere or anything, but if somebody wants to use an edible or a tincture, or even, smoking is not the scariest thing to use. There's been no long-term effects associated with smoking cannabis or hemp products in 10,000 years. Actually, it could be more protective, especially if you smoke other things, or I basically say if you have DNA, you're going to need some CBD at the end of the day.
Yeah.
But with that, we have that coming up on the 23rd of June again. That one will be on a Thursday night. And some of the other classes we have is, we've had some infusion classes where we show people how to infuse CBD or their own cannabis products, because we have a lot of cultivators that are allowed to cultivate with their medical marijuana card in the area. We have classes where we go over whether an MMJ card is the best option for you, or should we try some other products first and see if you even want to go to that next level, because we have products that will cause that elevated feeling or that head change that are hemp legal, that you don't need a card for. So before you invest in the card, before you invest in going to the dispensary and maybe getting scared off of THC, let's start with some of these other less inebriating or less could be debilitating when you first start using THC.
You want to use the right amount and know how.
Right. So
Yeah.
guidance on that, because a serving size on this bottle is going to be different than a serving size on that bottle of a different product.
And everybody's bodies are different, so you kind of want to know how your body responds, and it's nice to be in a safe place where, again, you know, you can not only be around someone like you who, you know, really has a lot of knowledge, but then potentially other patients or people who use CBD, and I love that about the class, because like you said, you don't have to isolate, you can be around a community, and I find you learn a lot more in communities no matter what it is. So it's kind of fun that you do that. Do you have any other classes or events coming up that you want us to know about?
Yes, we do. So on the 25th, we'll be hosting our first car show. It's called Cruising with aliceCBD, and we have our mobile DJ, people coming out, Tracy Reeder, known her forever, and our kids have grown up in 4-H and such, so this would be fun to have her and her group out to do our car show. So our sound bath, those have been really helpful. And again, they are medication friendly, but we have a lot of people that don't medicate with cannabis that still come to these and enjoy them, because there's other modalities of healing. You know, our diet is not just the food we eat, but it's what goes in our ear gate, what goes in our eye gate, what we think about. Frequency of music, you know, absolutely has some therapeutic effects, and even places like the VA system, which I try and keep up with, are using other modalities of healing, not just the medications, but they're looking at art therapies and sound bath therapies.
So it's a holistic approach, which is just really beautiful. Is there anything else we want to talk about? I know we do have the ribbon cutting to share. Do we want to go ahead and share about that, or do we have some more?
Another thing that is coming up is education of our medical professionals.
Oh,
and
yes.
We have what's called Patients Out of Time coming up. You can actually go to our website, aliceCBD on Facebook. We have a help group, and then www.alicecbd.com. More information should be loaded up on that website. But the Patients Out of Time is really an interesting organization. They've been in existence, I think, for 18 years, and this will be their 15th year conference that we get to host in Missouri. That's huge. What is also great is our medical professionals, doctors and such, can earn CEUs and CMEs.
Oh, that's nice.
They're continuing education credits, and I have a flyer here at both locations, so you can come in and get information there, or we'll post it on our website.
Yeah, and I'll be sure to add it in this video too, so we'll make sure I get that from you too. So, okay, so we've got the ribbon cutting coming up, and we want to make sure all the members come out and check out this location. So, will you tell us where you're located, and then what they need to know about your ribbon cutting?
Okay, so we actually have 2 locations. The location for our ribbon cutting is our newest location, and that is here south of Petro in Joplin on State Highway 43. The address is 5399 State Highway 43, Building D, Joplin, Missouri 64804.
Perfect. And it's very easy to get to. You can just put it in your GPS and it'll bring you right here. I just did it today. So I know it works.
aliceCBD, all one word, pick the Joplin location.
Perfect. And then is there anything fun that you guys will have at the ribbon cutting that people should know about, or should they just be ready to expect a lot of really good education, cool products to check out? Anything else we need to know?
And some free samples and maybe some little goodies, and door prizes are coming.
Very good.
We'll be listing up some of the door prizes we have on the website.
Very cool. Well, be sure to check that out. Now you have the Facebook page, you have their website, you have the address, so you know everything you need to know on how to reach aliceCBD. Is there anything else you'd like us to know about you, about aliceCBD, or anything else you have coming up?
I use the products myself, so there's a reason why this has been so successful for myself, family members, and now a lot of members in the community. I have, you know, great stories that come back to me that says, hey, I got to start going back to work. Or, you know, some of them, it may only be a couple of days a week. Some of them have started their own businesses in the last 3 and 4 years after starting products like this, where they used to not have hope. And, you know, they just felt like they were gaining more and more medications from the doctors with less and less abilities.
So you're helping with the quality of life. which is really beautiful. So that's a lot of hope. So if you're someone that resonates with, well, I'm really glad you watched this video and you know who to talk to. So Alice, thank you so much for having us out. Thanks for what you do for everybody in the community. And we hope you guys will check out the ribbon cutting. And then again, go to aliceCBD online, and we'll see you at the next video.